Hi there, y'all. We are making some moves. And in this Flodesk training, I'm going to show you how to put together the pieces. You've created an email, you've created your form, and now it's time to put it in a workflow so that it's automated and things can just start working and rolling. So you ready to get started? Let's do it. All right. So when you're in Flodesk, you want to hop on over to workflows here at the top. And when you're in workflows, you want to hit create new. When you create new, of course, it's going to ask you what your goal is. And you always have that option to start from scratch. There are some great templates in here. You'll see for nurture sequence, welcome sequence, and there's one for lead magnet, which is what we're doing. We have that lead generator that we want to go ahead and create the whole process. This is a workflow is literally when you think about like when you've got Post-its or things to do and you know your steps, we're creating the steps, the automation. So Flodesk knows exactly what we want it to do. So I'm gonna hit customize and we'll get rolling with it. Okay, so the first thing it's going to say is what's the trigger, as in how are we turning on the light, right? You got to turn on the light or turn on the electricity to get something rolling. So I'm going to hit add trigger. Now for this, the option we're going to use is a subscriber is added to a segment or a category. Okay, so we're going to click that. And then the segment that we've been using today is 5 ways skin. You can also add, create other segments, but that's knowing we want Flodesk to know when that segment is added to subscriber. So when a subscriber is added and they get the 5 ways of skin category or segment added, then we want them to start this process. Now, if you recall in the work, we have already created the form, and the form knows, get that email address and if they fill out that form that we created, I'll show you the form we did, 5 ways to start skin. When they put in their name and their email address and click download your free guide, we know that at that moment, it's going to then give them that segment. Now, I will say something. In hindsight, I have download your free guide here. I might instead say something like, send me my free guide, so that they know they're not going to get it immediately. It's something that they're going to get after clicking the link. It's not going to pop up. Make sense? Okay, so I want them to know that I want Flodesk to know that when someone fills that out, give them that segment of 5 ways skin. Now I'm like, okay, Flodesk, when that happens, this is what I want you to do. So right here, and it shows you like a map, it has an email. Okay, so it knows we want them to send an email with the freebie in it. Now, here's the thing. You can create that email right here in this moment. What I like to do, as you know, is create the email in the email section because there's more templates over there. And then right here on the right-hand side, see where there's the X? I'm going to X out of that, y'all. So watch this carefully, okay? I'm Xing out of that. And when you X out of it, it'll say, do you want to duplicate an existing email or create a new one? Well, we've already created one, so I want to duplicate it. And I can come over, I click duplicate, and I click on deliver your freebie. That's the one we created. So I click on that, and it's going to make a copy. So now it's making a copy of it and putting it inside the workflow. So now that Flodesk knows that when that trigger of that segment being added, 5 ways to skin, they need to send a new email this email right here, to the subscriber. Okay. And so you see it says sender, subject line, preview. I can switch that up if I want to. We've already created it, so I'm going to leave that be. And now let me just say, there's more things to add that you can add. Nothing else we need to add right now. But let's say you know that in a couple days you want to send another email. You can do all of that down here at the bottom where I hit the plus sign. We'll go into those another time. But for what you're doing now, this is all you need. You're going to click on publish. And as it publishes it, it says, let's publish your flow. I'm ready to publish it. You're ready to publish it. Let's click publish. Ta-da! Okay, awesome. So it says it's published, it's ready to go, which means it's live. Now, y'all, the next thing I always do is I come back over to the landing page that created the form, and I'm going to put in my information. Why? Because I'm going to test this puppy and make sure she works. Okay, so I'm going to hit download your free guide. It says, thanks for subscribing, which you can change that. And I will show you guys how to change that so it doesn't say thanks for subscribing right there. But let's go ahead and look. If I come over here, I'm just going to go ahead and look at the stats and see what's shaking bacon. Okay, let's see. Yep. It says one total subscriber, that would be me, and completed the workflow for one person as well. Awesome. So then the next thing that I like to do is I want to check and make sure it actually got to my inbox, right? Don't you? Don't you want to make sure it got there? Because you've got to check all the steps. You don't want to start this automation and start inviting people to it. And then guess what? They're not actually getting what you sent them. That is the worst thing that could happen. I mean, it's not the worst. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but that is that's work that you did and then it's not working. So what I'm going to do is come on over here and see if it's in my inbox. And it is. Look at that. Megan Diaz sent me your skincare guide has arrived. Download now. And then I have the guide about the guide I promised. Boom, there it is. Now I don't stop here. I make sure that download your guide works. Boom. I click on it and it worked. It opened it right up so I can click the download or print it. Voila. And there you have it. So that is how you create the automation, putting together your landing page, your email or your form, if you want to call it a form, and your email to make sure and triggering and setting that automation so it knows how and what to do. And then you can add on others after that, but that's how you do a basic one. So if you think about it, if you don't have a lead gen yet, you can do the same thing that we just did and create a like a newsletter sign up, and then have that automation flow going through the steps. So we use it as a lead gen example, but you can do it on many others. So there you go.